tremendous shot that was.
Everybody, and welcome to Nashua ETV's coverage of NHI AA postseason action today. A treat for you, an all-city preliminary round Division I high school football game here at Stello Stadium between Bishop Guertin and Nashua North. I'm Tom King along with Rich McDonough. Dylan Smith is here as our producer. I don't know who's on camera up top, but Owen
Siegel's with us. That's right.
Siegel's with us. All right, great. Pete Johnson back in the studio. Rich McDonough, this is going to be a game where I think there's going to be a lot of points.
I think so. Yeah, they're both wired for it. Both teams know each other. 12-seeded Titans come in at 4-4, 5-4 overall. The 12 seed BG is 7-2, 6-2 in New Hampshire, 5th seed second, and they're number 5 in the state poll. And again, as I said, these teams know each other. They're well coached, and a lot of these kids have played and known each other for a long time. They played earlier in the season. BG won it decisively, and they could have that roadmap today, but as Coach Anthony Nalen in his 3rd season for the Cardinals, I got to speak with him this morning, said this team for North has gotten better and better and better under Chad Zabolis, and they have 18 seniors and 21 juniors. That's upper-class leadership, and that always pays off, but big news, and it was a couple weeks ago, all-star Jack Krulikowski for the Titans is out, and he is a wrecking machine on defense. But here we go. Bowen kicks off. Opening kickoff. This is one of their weaknesses, BG. They have a hard time getting out in defense, sticking in their coverage lanes. They've been yielding it big chunks every time, and as Coach Nalen said this morning, so far, this season has been his first in 3 where they haven't yielded a kickoff return for a touchdown during the season. That one was run out by Dylan Noble, talented flanker and kick returner, senior himself. He wears number 1. We'll talk about him more as the game goes on. Transfer quarterback, Brady O'Connor. He has evolved and gotten better himself. He came over from Milford, and as the junior, he has slung it all over for 1171 total yards, 11 touchdowns against only 3 interceptions. He's becoming the leader they hoped. And here's a quick little hitch out to the little bubble screen right there. Nice job. That was a quick hitter. He got hit by his own man as he released it here at Stello Stadium, Mata Field. Again, all 3 Nashua teams use this field. Everybody shares it. I did the game south, taking care of business last night against Londonderry. So the winner of this game goes on to play here Friday night at 7 o'clock against Nashua South. That team is looking pretty darn good. 8 yards on first. Oh, and there's a jailbreak. Mixed up play. We had the runner going the wrong way. Nobody home. And then Barron down hard. It could have been the entire Bishop Guertin defense, but there to do the honors was Pavaglio. And that's a lot of guy to get smacked in the face, and was 2nd and 2. They lost 7, and now it's all the way back to 3rd and 8. We'll call it 8. In fact, the scoreboard does call it 8, so we're going with that. 10:45. We're just early here in the game. 12-minute quarters in high school football. And we got cover two. Way back are the BG safeties. Just in front of the sticks there. We're going to keep everything in front of you. O'Connor, he's back. That's a good little flare out to the flats. And streaking down the sideline is Jidwin Veras. He's a real good player. And they didn't account for that. The corner mix-up right there. He was wide open and had an acre of room in front of him. Had he not been pushed out right at the end, he could have struck pay dirt there. So move the chains for the Nashua North Titans. They're down to the BG 42-yard line. 10:25 on the clock. Still no scores.
It's a tight 1st and 10.
And that'll drive the coaching staff at BG nuts. Make a good play, press it up, and get them in 3rd and long, and they convert. All right, 1st and 10 for the Titans. Inside handoff right there to Noble. And this time everybody slides laterally. Good job closing it out on the edge right there to limit Noble to absolutely nothing gain right there. Yardage marker doesn't even move an inch. 2nd and 10. Well, I got to talk with Chad Zabolis this morning, and he wants to get that run game going early. And in order to do so, you got to keep your eye on one major factor, and that's Bishop Kearns in the middle. He is a beast. They want to get contact on him earlier, try to slow his pace down. That one just outside the hands, out of reach of Viveris, and that'll make it 3rd and 10. After that successful conversion, you got zeros on 1st down and 2nd. So there we stand as the clock is stopped at 9:44 after that incompletion. Incredibly beautiful fall day here at Stello Stadium. You see the Nashua River off in the background. The trees have turned copper. Not much breeze, although it swirls once in a while, but perfect football afternoon. High 50s. Might hit 60 as we get into the middle of the game. All right, 3rd and 10, looking to convert one more time is O'Connor. He's wide open down the middle, threw it behind him. Pretty well defensed right there by Alex Dolan. Dolan was hurt for much of the season. He got back a couple weeks ago, hurt his knee in the Wyndham scrimmage in preseason, and they're lucky to have him back. He's a speedy receiver, but he's also a cagey reader. He's good IQ in the defensive backfield, and with his speed and that IQ, he's able to defend well. That said, O'Connor passes behind his man, and it falls to the turf, 4th down and 10. My buddy Tom King, who started us out today, he's doing duty for the Nashua Telegraph, photographer extraordinaire, sports writer, TKpedia. He'll be back up in the booth joining me in a bit. Oh, that's a good play by Roy. He gets up, changes direction. He's a very shifty runner when he gets out in space. And that was a real nice job tracking him down by Nashua North. It looked like it was Dylan Noble. So at the 9:28 mark here in our 1st quarter, we got zeros on the board. And finally, Bishop Guertin gets their hands on the leather down there. Nose of the ball is on the 15-yard line. Bishop Guertin has 85 yards of turf in front of them as they get going. Now, they want to own this moment. They played Bedford really tough. Coach Nalen was absent for that game on a 2-game suspension. They showed that they belong in the hunt here. This is a talented team with ferocious inside players along that line, and then they have 4 or 5 running backs who can get it done and battle all day. And right there's one of my main men, Hudson Schmidt. He is a Division I bound lacrosse player headed to Lemoyne. I got a chance to say hi to his family. His father, Dave, and I went to Fairfield U 1,000 years ago. And great family, and Huddy's a good kid. And he gave me a little recon this morning. We were in the Tomahawks lacrosse organization together. But Hudson barrels for first, on first, and now a little flare out to Dolan. When he gets that head of speed, he gets around the hips and around the edge, and Dolan bursts forth for a 15-yard gain, a 17-yard gain, and that'll move the sticks again for Bishop Guertin all the way out to the 45-yard line. Bishop Guertin humming already. They have team speed and talent at many skill positions. You got 4, 5, 6 deep at the receiver position, 5 running backs who can get the job done, and then Bowen has done a great job in his junior year at QB. He looks left, goes right. That is a beautiful ball spot. Roy can't corral that one. It's down on the turf. There's no, it's no catch. No catch. Ball bounces harmlessly. He knew it. Everybody knew it. North didn't even fake it. The official was right there on the spot. Speaking of which, our officials today are the referee, Jason Patch. Umpire is Butch Muntz. Headlinesman is Coretta Lee. Line judge, Rick Zacha. Back judge is Andrew Rogers. And up here in the booth, the clock operator, as always, is Bill Melanson. And I'm Rich McDonough. We have 8:35 in the first quarter. Zeros on the scoreboard. BG has it, 2nd and 10 at its own 45-yard line. That's a good inside fake handoff. Here goes Bowen. He can get it done in the air. He can get it done on the ground. And this young man, it's a junior year, he has put up some really fine numbers. He was honorable mention all West last year in 2024. This year, all he's done is he's number 2 in D1 passing. He's got 123 of 175, 1,817 yards, 22 TDs. He has thrown 12 picks, though, so keep your eye on that. 1st and 10, into the heart of Titan territory go the Cardinals. This one goes out to Sam Fayad, who's a strong runner, but he's equally strongly wrapped up by the interior of that North defensive front. No gain, or maybe a foot. Yeah, we'll call it a long foot. So it'll be 2nd and 9 as we hit 7:55 here in our first quarter. No score, but the Cardinals driving. Got 2 split on each side here. Bowen looks like he's got Logan Curran in the backfield with him. Looks to Curran briefly. There's a nice hesitation, and there are all kinds of holes there, and Curran picks his way through. He gets all the way down. It looks like about a 14-yard run, and he is inside the 10. Make it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line for the Cardinals. Cardinals driving and alive and well. All right, you got a pair to the left, single guy outside. It looks like it's Jake Bowen, the little brother. There's a fake and a slant. Oh, that seam route right there. I thought it was a flag, but no, it's a yellow falling leaf.
And that's an incomplete pass. Number 0, Aaron Chmielewski gets that, bringing up a 2nd down.
Our buddies at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, we all got faked out by those yellow leaves, and we almost put flags on the field. That'd be something if a ref had a backup leaf as a flag. All right, nevertheless, after that miss at 2nd and 8 on 2nd and goal on the 8-yard line, little bubble right there, catching a run. That's Sam Fayad, and he dives and he gets into the end zone. Strike 6 for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals at the 6:55 mark in our first quarter. That was an authoritative drive by the Cardinals. Big blocking, nice passing, fast feet, and agility galore. So chalk it up. That's Bowen to Fayad at the 6:55 mark. PAT. This is a Swiss Army knife of a player. He kicks off, he punts, he kicks extra points, and he's slinging the rock out there from the QB position. This one is up and true. You make it 7-zip for the fellows in green. Capping off that nice long drive. That was an 85-yard drive. So like that Rocky movie, going the distance. As I said when we got out of the gates here, the winner of this game has the dubious distinction of having to go up against Nashua South. I've seen them a couple times this year. They're big, strong. They have skilled players all over the field, tons of team speed, and maybe the best leader in the state in Cody Jackson at quarterback. That is a tall order, no matter who wins this game. But it'll be here. South are the 4 seed, so they will host. Bishop Guertin is the 5 seed, and North hacked its way in. Good job. They won their first 2, then they dropped 4 in a row, and then they got in the playoffs by winning their last 3. Good job by Chad Zabolis. All right, Bowen put some shoe leather onto that one. It goes all the way down to the 17-yard line. Here come the Titans, and yet again, the very speedy Dylan Noble, and he picks and weaves his way out, all the way out to about the 45-yard line, where the Titans will set up shop. Now trailing 7-zip. They had some momentum on that first drive, and then Bishop Guertin bristled and forced a punt. You had incomplete and a penalty. But here we go, 45-yard line, 55 yards of green in front of the Titans, trailing by 7, 6:48 on the field here. On the clock, excuse me. It's on the field too. And the Bishop Guertin band is playing the Munsters theme. How great is that? Either that or the Snow Patrol version. That's a nice seam route right there, and a good quick throw to Dylan Noble. It seems that Brady O'Connor, when he gets that rock out of his hands in a hurry, they have more success, whether they're doing these bubble screens, a tunnel screen, or that quick seam route. Get it out of the hands, make sure that the interior of that Bishop Guertin line can't pressure you. All right, 6:23 on the clock, 7-zip on the scoreboard, courtesy of that Sam Fayad catch and run for a TD. And the Bowen extra point. Oh, that's a nice wave, picking and weaving. There goes Uveris. Boy, he was headed right up the gut in the 2 gap, and there was all kinds of room on his left side. He has that nice field of vision to recognize that. Bounces it outside, back to his left, goes out, moves those chains, gets the nose of the ball just down to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Titans, 6 even in our first quarter clock here at Mata Field. BG Band is on fire right now. Crowd showing its appreciation. All right, he's going long. He's looking for Josh Sullivan. Rangy receiver. That one was hard to judge. I think it's swirling breeze right there. It kind of knuckled at the tail end of that flight path. But pretty good coverage once again by Dolan. Boy, they're happy to have the speedy flanker and cornerback back in action. You watch number 17, lots of talent right there. And he's a senior, and he's glad to be back out on the field, maybe push his team into the Final Four, but got to start by today and get into the quarterfinals on Friday night. All right, 2nd down at 10, 5:34 on the game clock. 7-zip for the Cards. Yet again goes to Uveris.
Number 9 on the tackle, Jonah Feliciano.
Like a 3-yard gain. And inside.
Bringing up a Titan, 3rd down and 7.
That was Jonah Feliciano inside. He is an anchor at that linebacker position for Coach Nalen. He was first team All-West last year, and he is a stud back there. Brings the heat, and he hits hard, but he squares up to the runner. And when he hits you, you know it. And once he gets his mitts around you, you're going down. Little fake. This one's got a little bit of, it's dying as it goes. Hauled in on the sideline. That's a tough catch. Good coverage offered up by Fayad, the aforementioned TD scorer. Good catch by Jaden Bellio, who had 19 receptions and 259 yards on the season. Good catch. Only all that work, you get about a 2-yard gain. That'll make it 4th down and 6. The line to gain is the 26-yard line. Nose of the ball is on the 31, so make it 4th and 5. BG creeping up. Yeah, you got single high interior of that BG. The linebacking core for Bishop Guertin's ferocious, and they're creeping up into the box, showing blitz or faking one way or the other. And here comes that jailbreak blitz. He reads it, puts it out there long. It's just a question of whether he can get it. Just couldn't step into that throw, so it sailed on him. Incomplete, falls to the turf. We got a turnover on downs. Back on O come the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, up a touchdown and a point, and looking for more. 3:55 in the game clock, and after that incomplete, The ball will be brought back to the 31-yard line. Bishop Guertin sets up there in its own territory, but with a lot of momentum after its second defensive stand in a row. All right, he's got trips right, a pair left. So empty set all around. It's Bowen. You think he might want to pass? He's looking long. That's a good seam route. That's going to sail a little bit too high over the outstretched hand. It looked like Dolan. Yeah, it was Dolan. You saw the speed right there. If he gets an extra point on his 40 time, or if Bowen takes a little bit off of that, he could be going yard because he has the speed once he gets his ball in his hands. And yeah, I think I wouldn't bet against seeing that formation again later in the game. So you got a nice little bunch formation near side, right around that 30-yard line, and a pair to the right side. Going in motion is Schmidt. Little fake handoff dive. And Bowen picks his way. He's a good runner in traffic, and he's strong as an ox. Look at him move that pile, folks. Reminds me of the old John Riggins days. And then just like John Riggins, when he falls down, he gains 2 more yards. And you got some laundry on the field near side, right about that 31-yard line. Right about a spot where you might expect a hold. 3:39, it was a good run by Bowen. Probably going to be neutralized, negated here. But we'll wait for the Zebras to call it out. Quite a conclave in front of the Cardinals here, appropriately. Oh, you got a personal foul. Interesting. Wish we knew what the personal foul was, but it's 15 yards from where that flag was thrown. That'll walk the Cardinals back after an excellent run by Bowen. That's demoralizing no matter where you are in the game and where you are in the field. But now you're looking at second down and 25. Or second down and 25, yeah. Now you get trips to the left here, and you got single coverage topside. Watch Rocco Roy out there. He's an excellent receiver. Now they're showing some inside help. There we go. They doubled him up. Oh, the hesitation. Bowen was looking seam. That was a nice disguised coverage right there by North, and disrupted the route. Bowen couldn't get that pre-snap read in time, and he hesitated, and it sailed on him. All right, after that incomplete, clock stops at 3:08 left in our first period. Bishop Guertin, yet as I said earlier, on the strength of that Sam Fayyad catch and run for a TD, is up 7-zip. All right, you got pairs in the backfield. Bowen keeps his little bit of RPO read option, pulling on his jersey. Couldn't slow the big fella down. He wriggles and rips for looks like a 12-yard gain. He gets a chunk of that back. But that takes us to 4th and long, and that takes us to punt formation, 2:50 and counting on the clock as it runs. All right, the speedy Dylan Noble is back to take the punt for the Titans. Back up, he'll camp out about the 30-yard line. Bowen's got a big leg, but he's kicking into a kind of a light wind in his face. Ooh, wasn't ready for the snap quite there. And it does knuckle in that breeze, but that goes, it starts to angle out of bounds, and it'll roll there. And the Titans will set up shop at their own 32-yard line, 2:25 on the clock, and plenty of field to go. They know this turf. It's a new turf field. It was installed over the winter last year when Stellos made a few small repairs. Got a little help from the Kraft and the Patriots organization on the install, and it's a really nice surface. I've been down there. I coached plenty on the old surface in my lacrosse coaching days, but this is a real nice surface. It's got some give. It's cut close enough for field hockey to like it, but the athletes really like it. All right, 2:25. Let's see, Veras again, and he is just jammed up with the entire right side and the edge of the BG defense. Gained about a foot, so we'll make it second and a long, a long 9.
Second down and 10 on that.
And we're rolling it down. coming up on the 2-minute mark here in Nashua at Stello Stadium, again on this gorgeous football day in November. All kinds of good things happening. It's playoff season all over the place. And Bishop Guertin and Nashua South are going to tee it up tonight for the soccer, the boys soccer title game. Not here, though. It's going to be up at Memorial. Should be great. Saw it coming. Top-seeded South versus the 3-seeded Cardinals. All right, $1:35 on the clock as we keep rolling it down and bring up 3rd and 5 yet again. But this time, instead of being in BG territory, the Titans are camped out at their own 37-yard line. Chad Zabola's taking his time. They want to get the right play on this. If they can convert, that is excellent. If not, you got to go back to the punting game. So everybody's out in formation. Kind of, you got the pistol formation right there as O'Connor gets ready to take the snap from center as we drift under the 1-minute mark here in our first quarter. Noble coming in motion. Now he's looking right, clogged up on the right side there, and then the delayed rush by the backers. Great job staying on their keys and staying home, putting themselves in a position, and good coverage out in the flats by all the Bishop Guertin Cardinals defensive back. But there is another bit of yellow laundry on the field. Clock stops at 44. This might go against the Titans as we have yet another conclave. That's going against Bishop Guertin. You wonder if they had jumped offside slightly and you get a free play right there. That's the only math I could do right here up in the booth. I was far better at math when I was a bartender. There was no hand signal by the referee, so we're having maybe we're going to get carrier pigeon back and forth from the sideline so we can get what the calls are. All right, nevertheless, it's 1st and 10, 5. They needed 5. They got 5, courtesy of the penalty gods. All right, O'Connor keeps it after faking to Noble, and he barrels through for, it looks like about a 2-yard gain. Yeah, it is a 2-yard gain. Make it 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line, and that play might wind us out of the first quarter. Been entertaining, good plays, good defensive plays, authoritative drive by Bishop Guertin. The fellas are going to take 2 minutes. We're going to do the same. This is Rich McDonough for Nashua ETV. We'll see you on the other side, folks. Glad you're with us. All right, welcome back to Stello Stadium as we hit our second quarter. Fresh 12 up on the board. Rich McDonough here for Nashua ETV. Nice little flare out. That's Uveris running free down the sideline. Monster gain on 2nd and 8. That was a really well-designed play. It almost seemed like Bishop Guertin was not whistle ready. Absolutely not whistle ready, and Uveris had an acre or more of room. Big gain on 2nd and 8, all the way down to the 32-yard line. First down and 10 for the Titans, and that gives the team a lot of mojo. They got a first down on a penalty on a 4th down when they needed it most, and they're converting that favor from the penalty gods into momentum when they need it most. Good job, nicely designed play. Go right back to that side, and that's been, again, once O'Connor gets that ball out in a hurry, he strikes pay dirt.
Brought down by number 17, Alex Dolan.
All right, clock rolls at 8:36. At 11:36. It's 7-zip BG, courtesy of that first period touchdown as a pass and run from Bowen. My man Dylan Smith is taking care of everybody up here, just turning the dials, audio, you name it, taping things down for us as the breeze has really picked up. All right, 2nd and 3 here for the Titans. This time rolling left is O'Connor, outstretched hands, just missing Dylan Noble as he dives like a soccer goal. He can't get his mitts on that one. And that'll make it 3rd and 3 on the 25-yard line. 11 minutes coming up. Well, after the incomplete, it's stopped at 11:08. I find myself in the unfamiliar position of having no producer to my right and no Tom King to my left. I might get pressed into all kinds of action. Pete Johnson back in the studio. Give Richie a payday, a pay raise. All right, 3rd and 3. Two players to the left and one player in the far slot to the right side. And the wind has really picked up here, at least in the upper reaches of Stello Stadium here. Blowing doors open. Windows are open. You can hear doors. Steve Beals is doing door duty right now. He says he's not doing well. He's doing just fine. That's a good run by the slashing Uveris. Oh, excuse me, that wasn't Uveris. That was, that was Perry. He's a good runner. I seen him earlier in the year. He's got 212 yards rushing, but 3.9 per carry, 3 touchdowns. He gobbled up a huge chunk on that one. 1st and 10 for the Titans at the Bishop Guertin 15-yard line. All right, taking the snap out of the pistol, rolling out right side is O'Connor. Chased hard right there. Wow. That is just excellent pursuit there by Feliciano. 10:36. Clock stops after that incompletion. And that was Feliciano was just bearing down. And when he gets pace, he is a dangerous linebacker. All right, they're taking a long time getting that read in from the play from Coach Zabolis. I'm going to step away for 1 second, do the door duty this time. Hang on, folks. Be right back. I'm catching up to Tom King in a number of jobs I'm holding down today. All right, 2nd and 10 on the 14. Titans had a little momentum. BG's trying to stiffen right here. O'Connor keeps it. He's nicely funneled to the sidelines and then finished off right there by Rocco Roy. Talented two-way player as a junior. Does a lot of jobs out there. He's a terrific receiver. And he's number 1 in D1, as I said earlier, but he's also a good tackler. Good job sealing that edge. Everybody pursuing laterally for Bishop Guertin. O'Connor's a good runner, but they turned him into a east-west guy in that little play right there. 3rd and 7 on the 12. All right, you got all kinds of room right side, and you got 3 receivers split out. XYZ near side, you got Perez flanked. Stepping into it, Bishop Kearns. I'll tell you what, that was a delayed rush. They stayed home, they sealed the edge, and that allowed the All-State wrestler, Bishop Kearns, to track him down from behind. And a big loss. It was like a 6-yard loss. That'll bring up 4th and long as we hit the 10:08 mark here at Stello Stadium. So 4th and 13, they make it formally, but we got a good kicker in the game right now, and he's got range. Yeah, I've seen Raposo kick. He's a real good kicker. He gets it lofted in a hurry, kind of like my sandwich used to be. High snap, controlled. He puts a boot into it, and that hooked left. It just hooked left. So that golf analogy I gave you was right on point for Rich McDonough here. Hooking, slicing, you name it. So the score remains 7-0 Bishop Guertin, 9:36 on the clock. BG's going to get the ball back where the spot of that ball was. That'll be on the 18-yard line. They got 82 yards in front of them. And after the Titans were manufacturing a pretty darn good-looking drive, Bishop Guertin stiffened up, got a big sack on 3rd and long, and forced that long field goal into that breeze, and it knuckled away. BG packed in real tight as Bowen goes under center for a change, and a little bit of a toss back in traffic.
Run on the play number 23, Will Adams.
Yeah, that was Will Adams. I was waiting for the formal announcement right there. It was a pack. That was a horde by the Cardinals right there. He's a talented runner. Coach Nalen says that he's a freshman, but he runs like an upperclassman. And he should. He's 5'11", 190. He's a human bowling ball. All right, little toss. That's a classic setup by Nalen. And taking the ball is Logan Curran. He was out all last year, folks, and they've been really glad to have him back. All he did this year was get 58 carries for 510 yards. Do the math right there. That's an 8.8 per carry yard. Just give it to him all game, and you'll have first down after first down. We're under 9. We're at 8:55. Cardinals up 7-0 here at Mata Field and looking to tack on more. First down and 10 from the 33-yard line. Oh, that's a great bull rush. Hudson Schmidt's a terrific, strong runner, and the interior of that line just ate everybody up, and closing that out was David Tirio Lago. And the big fella wraps up a strong runner in Hudson Schmidt. He breaks tackles frequently, not this time. Nice job right there by the interior, and then Lago to finish him off. That's a loss of 2 on 1st and 10, make it 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line. 8:15 on the clock here in our second quarter. All right, Bowen back in that pistol right there. And he's flushed out. Wow, that was good work. Denzel Delgado. He was on his edge, and he didn't get hooked by the little hitch that the talented runner Bowen gave him. He stayed home, and that allowed him to wrap him up. Nice job. Good high IQ by Delgado. So on 1st and 10, they lost 2. On 2nd and 12, they lost 10. And they're all the way back to the 21-yard line. It is now 3rd and 20. BG going the wrong way. Passing down break. Oh, that is right in the midst. Holy cow. De La Cruz. Wow. Bowen just didn't see De La Cruz. He was camped out shallow in the box and then rotated out into the flats underneath the route. And Bowen almost completed a pass to the wrong guy. And you saw De La Cruz look up to the heavens and could not believe that he dropped that ball. My buddy Tom King is back in action. I'm going to actually man the electronics for you, Tom King. Welcome back. And we got my wingman back. How was the view down there, Tom King?
The view is interesting. I mean, there's plays to be made there by both teams, and they're just not making them.
Yeah,
both teams.
Right, and then Delgado almost had a pick, and he would have been in the end zone.
Oh, that was a pick 6 waiting to happen, and he just dropped it. He couldn't believe that he had it.
Yeah, did you see him look up skyward?
Yeah.
Holy
yeah.
cow!
Yep.
He needed some of Bishop Guertin's rosary beads with him, but
I'll tell you what, this is Guertin is not dominating a line of scrimmage like you figured they would.
I figured they would.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I know. We can see it. Here's a question, Tom. You were just down on the field.
Yes.
It is crazy windy up here, blowing the doors
It's
open.
windy down there at spurts. It's not quite as windy, but it got very windy on that drive. So and I think Guertin is leery of throwing it deep.
Yeah, I see that. Well, on 1st and 10 after that punt,
Number 52, Bishop Current on the stop.
that'll bring up 2nd and long, 6:53 and counting. 2nd and 8. It was only a 2-yard gain on 1st.
That was Yoshi with the carry.
Yeah, Tom, while you were up here, I mean, we were watching a pretty assertive drive by Nashua North. I mean, they had help on that penalty that gave them a first down.
I was surprised they settled for the field goal to try it. And the wind didn't help it, but
No.
that field goal was partially tipped, Rich. It was
Oh,
down
was it?
there. Yes, it was.
All right, that's actually a pretty well-designed play. Take the rush and diagnose
Yeah,
it.
you got
Uveris.
tackled with your BG, and it's a great job by North to stay alive on that play.
Well, Uveris, he's very agile, and
He
that
is.
spin out of traffic. But BG, typically very good tackling team. Not so today. They're missing some reads.
Yeah.
But, you've got scrappy athletes here from North. And look, they're hanging around. They're the 12th seed on the 5 seed. But you hang around, you get some confidence.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They've got some confidence now. 5-yard gain on that. It's going to
All
be
right.
up 3rd and 2.
You got trips left. O'Connor in the back has his back to his right, and you got single coverage far side of the field. And it is 3rd down and 2. Oh, lofted
Watts.
pass. Who's gonna win this jump? And it looks like
North won it.
was
They
it
got a
Sullivan?
great catch.
Was it
Is that Brady
Sullivan
Sullivan, number 4?
or Josh?
Oh, Josh, yes,
Yeah,
Josh.
sure. He's the basketball player.
Yes, he is.
And he showed you why right there.
Chad Zabolis got an influx of basketball players just before practices started.
You know what? It was Sean Battle, also a basketball player. I apologize. Those light blue numerals.
Now, the numbers from here are very tough to read.
There ought to be a law. Yeah, they're light blue against white, and it's sun splashed and sun bleached down there.
So a gain of 22. Guertin's defense
That's huge.
is they're bending. They're not breaking, but eventually they're going to break.
The seam will
You know?
crack.
Exactly, and that's what's going to happen.
And Zabolis is a cagey coach. He'll understand what's out there.
Now, Zach Harris calls a good game for North. He's their offensive
Yeah, right.
coordinator, and he and Chad are always on the same page.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 48 after that nice long completion.
Yeah, you know what? That's a wise move there by O'Connor.
Yeah.
Not throwing the ball, because if the guy wasn't open, don't heave it down the field. Take the play, live for another down. And he did that. He took the loss, 2 yards, 3 yards actually, but still live for another play.
Absolute-
Don't turn the ball over to BG.
Yeah,
They'll turn it into points.
You had press coverage, good coverage downfield, but notice, Tom, what did Bishop Guertin do? They've done it time and again, lateral movement.
Yeah.
And they're staying on their keys, staying in the lanes, and forcing the action
Tell
toward
you
the
what,
edge.
though, somewhere over the middle of the field, someone is going to grab a ball on either team and go off to the races.
Almost
that middle
hap-
of the field has been open all day long.
Well, yeah, we saw that diving miss by Alex Dolan, and he had nothing but green.
They're
From
looking
here we
that
go,
way, middle
right
of
on
the
cue.
field. There it is.
Boom, Tom
And
King.
there's the pass. Yep.
He was lined up against Jackson Humphrey, and that was just a battle of speed.
It was.
The,
And
Dylan
North's
Noble's
got,
fast.
That's the one thing North has. They've got speed.
I'll tell you, Tom King said the middle of the field's going to be open, and with that forward-looking knowledge, Tom, we are going to Vegas, brother.
I know, no kidding, huh?
All right, big play after big play, and we got 1st and 10 again for the Titans, right at
Yeah,
the 23-yard line.
Right back to where they were before the field goal.
And we've seen Raposo kick some big, long field goals, but that wind is just trouble. All right, there you go, back to that
That's-
little bubble.
And that's why
then-
you throw that. You throw that to the agile guys who are tough to tackle.
And Dylan Noble is just that.
You work the sides.
Well, that long ball over the middle just set that up. They got to be wary of it now, does Bishop Guertin. And they picked up 7, make it 2nd and 3. Ball's on the 22-yard line. Clock's at 3:51 and counting. BG remains up 7-0.
They picked up 7 because North makes the first. Guys like Noble, guys like Kobe Perry, they make the first guy miss.
They're
and then the
shifty.
secondary tackler has to come in and you pick up 5 to 8 extra yards when that happens.
All right, again, 2nd and 3 on the 22-yard line. O'Connor goes
See,
right back.
there. Yep.
There
Stumbled.
it is. And I've been saying all game long, when he gets that rock out of his hands quickly, they have far more success.
He has really developed this year. He's a much better quarterback now than he was at the start of the season.
All right, they run that little bubble screen again. It's been successful all day long. Brady O'Connor is in rhythm, and it is 1st and goal. Ball is on the 4-yard line. Nashua North is feeling it, Tom.
Their offense is clicking. Guertin back on their heels, and they call timeout.
Yeah.
Somebody does. I think it must be Guertin because they were the
No,
first
it was,
ones.
it was
North,
the Bulls
all right.
called it, yeah. Hey, they want to get this one right. It's 2:58 on the clock. Let's not waste your momentum.
And if I'm them, you know, I'm betwixt and between because they've had success on that far side of the field, but they have so much space over here. I'm always a believer in space. Space in soccer, space in football. Go this way with your speed guy in motion, do a veer run. I bet you'll be able to get around and get 4 yards out of it in a
Listen
touchdown.
to you bringing out a veer. Holy
Well, I'm telling
cow.
you, that's the way to do it. And Memorial runs it to perfection. If you saw that play that they ran against South, South had tried to stop it. They call it a rocket sweep is what they call it.
Yeah, right.
And they tried it 4 times, Memorial did. They scored on every one. South could not stop it.
Well, you said you believe in space, and if they have a rocket sweep for that,
If
that's
they do it,
appropriate.
if they put that in their playbook,
But
we'll see.
Breaking out the veer, I mean, you're going back to Darryl Royal
I'm
there.
telling you. Just do anything wide.
I just revealed that I'm old enough to know who Darryl Royal was.
Darryl Roy was a good coach.
Oh,
He
fantastic.
Giants almost hired him.
Is that
Terry
right?
Clown
Well,
was
you'd know
close.
as a Giants fan.
Yeah, they were interested. I don't think that works so much though. College to pro.
I was raised on George Allen and Joe Gibbs.
Oh, me too.
All right, here we go. First and goal on the 4-yard line. After that timeout,
Second and
you
goal, right?
got first. You
Oh,
got
yeah, you're
pairs
right. That's right.
and
Yep.
left. And what do? You run. You open up that defense nice and wide, but the interior of the BG defensive line is ferocious. Bishop Kern's in there. He's the great center. He's also an all-state wrestler. And
Well, I've seen Bishop wrestle.
I have not.
Oh.
I gotta believe he's a beast.
Oh my God. Grocery stores are lining up to have him sponsor them.
He's got a good name for advertising. All
Yeah.
right, they picked up 2, make it 2nd and goal on the 2 as we hit the 2:30 mark here in our first half.
Do they keep running with Joshi? He's the quarterback right now. I doubt he's going to throw the ball. See, they go in motion, and
He's
then
an
he's going to
athlete.
run. Yep, he's
Oh,
got
look at that move.
Walk right in.
Oh, you know what happened is Chimalecki got suckered inside.
Yep, and that means the outside open.
Yep, he went right to where Chimalecki was.
And there's your TD.
That
A
was
nice job by Nashua.
Well
North.
done drive.
We got a
right
game
there.
here, Rich McDonough.
Absolutely. They got an 85-yard. Bishop Guertin had an 85-yard drive. Nashua North just answered with one of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now Raposo is in there. He's got, like we said, he's got a good leg. He gets that ball up in a hurry. It just found those wind currents last time. Let's see what he does with a chance to equalize.
That's the thing, the wind. But that ball was tipped.
Yes.
That extra point, the field goal attempt, that looks like it's probably good, and it is.
Yeah, both snaps have been high, but you know, Brady O'Connor, great hands, good athlete, and he's able to get that down. So 2:18 here in our second quarter, first half.
Wow.
Nashua North trailing all half, marches down the field with an
Flying.
excellent drive, ties it up at 7.
If you had told me that with 2:18 left to go in the first half, not in terms of who's ahead or anything like that, just only 2 touchdowns, I would have said, no way. These 2 teams?
Yep.
I mean, they scored a combined 78 points the first time they played each other.
Well, you got to be multiple, as the great coach Dave Petramalo once said. You have to be multiple. Be prepared to win in any situation.
Well, the situation now is that wind is affecting the passing game for both teams. So
is it going left to right, or is it swirling, Tom?
it's
on
swirling.
the field.
It's
That is
swirling because I don't feel it across the field. So, and I don't feel it in my back when I'm there. I feel it coming almost this way off the river.
So I'm thinking Bowen might have a little bit of a tailwind and 2 minutes 18 seconds. This is a quick strike team, and
It
Chad
is.
Zavola's
The one thing
acknowledged
that Bowen has to be careful of, he's done it a lot this year because he throws a lot, is the INTs.
Yeah,
he's got a few of them this
He's
year
got
that have hurt
12.
him. Yeah.
Well, he turned. Jake Bowen, his little brother, turns the corner, and yeah, they probably threw a few backyard passes in the course of their lives together. But he showed some wheels. He's only a freshman right there.
The one play that that BG is probably lamenting right now, not on defense but on offense, was the pass over the middle to Rocco Roy that was just off his fingertips. He was gone if he caught it.
Well,
gone.
They had one also to Alex Dolan.
Yeah,
the diving.
That's right.
He was wide open at the 35-yard line, and he's fast. If he can't catch it,
Nobody
you know it's
can.
him.
Right.
Okay, 2:12 after that run back. BG has it. 1st and 10 at its 34-yard line, now tied up at 7, and they've got 76 yards to go, or 66 yards to go.
Yeah,
they hand it off on first, which is interesting.
Well, I think they want to establish that so they can keep Guertin guessing, maybe use play action, although a lot of high schools don't.
Coach Nalen has 3 timeouts in pocket and used his first.
He just used one.
So they've got 2:01 as the time stalls, and Hudson Schmidt was able to pick up 3 on first, make it 2nd and 10 when they get back on the field. We'll get an injury on the field.
Oh, is that what we have?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know whether
so
Nalen actually was trying to call a timeout. I think he was, but I can't see who's down.
It's a North player.
Yeah, it is.
So the thing is that timeout going to be charged to BG or not? Does he get it back?
I think he gets it back. I think what they'll do is they'll ask, do you want it back? It was Raisin and Andino down on the ground. Solid kid. He jogs off. Sometimes, you fall the wrong way and you get the wind knocked out of you, which feels like you're going to croak.
The one thing I'm wondering about late in the game is cramping.
Even on a cool day.
Well, it's warmer than it has been.
Right, and the turf heats up too.
Right.
All right, back in action, 2nd and 7. That one's off the tip.
Exactly. But he threw it into a crowd. I don't like that pass. I think you want to go wide where there's less of a chance of damage if you're BG.
And that was Sam Fayyad attempt. It was off his hands, and Sam was a little chippy about something that happened.
I don't know, but the way you're playing defense, I don't think BG wants to give the North the ball back, and North would love to get that football back and have O'Connor work some of his magic and maybe even mix in a run or two.
All right, after that incomplete, it's 3rd and 7. Rolling to his right side. He's got Rocco
not
Roy down there. It
Never
sailed
good.
on him.
Never. Well, it wasn't there. That's the thing. The pass wasn't there, and he threw it high enough. It hung up for so long. The defense was able to stick right with Rocco Roy, and now BG's got a punt. They needed to try to throw some out routes, get some quick yards to the middle of the field, and then work it down there, where if you turn it over, it's minimal damage.
Problem is, 2 incompletions in a row. Clock stopped with 1:43.
And you give North a lot of time.
And they have all 3 timeouts in hand. They shouldn't, because they used one.
First possession, you think that they can move at will, and that's
See the wind?
That's a wind punt.
Because Bowen is a good punter.
Let's see where they're going to mark it.
Bowen's a good punter, and that caught a thermal. I think that lofted pass he threw, incomplete, also caught a thermal. So they walked that ball up.
They
spot it at the 36-yard line.
Plenty of room for North to make some moves.
Plenty of room, plenty of time. 1:36 on the clock. I believe Chad Zabolis did use a timeout when they were down in that goal line situation.
The 2 timeouts left for both teams.
Yeah. It shows 3 on the scoreboard. Yeah.
No, oh, it does. You're right.
Yeah.
I thought I saw
My LASIK is holding steady, buddy. See, that one gets lofted, but I think that's a good job by O'Connor recognizing that he needs to preserve the clock, and he just tosses it out of bounds. And he was outside the tackle boxes. 2nd down and 10, $1:31 on the clock. 7s on the scoreboard here in our first-round game between 5th seed Bishop Guertin and 12th seed Nashua North. It doesn't matter, Tom. Get to the playoffs and take a shot.
And especially with 2 city teams, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You've got a little bit of a rivalry here. Well, that's a play to keep the defense honest in a way.
Number 9, Eduardo Luciano on the tackle.
Clock continues to run at 1:20. There's a 3-yard gain on second. Make it 3rd and 7. Ball's at the 39-yard line, just outside the 39-yard line. I think here's where you want to use your clock. You don't want to give it back to the quick strike Cardinals.
1:03 left, 1:02. Clock ticking. It's under a minute now. Let's see what North has up their sleeve.
They got pairs near
Guertin
side.
blitz. Do they get some pressure on O'Connor? North has held up fairly well in these situations. They haven't allowed a lot. O'Connor's letting the clock tick down, and now he calls timeout. He does not want Guertin to get the ball back in good field position if they don't make the first down.
Yeah, that was pure about ball control and clock control right there.
And that's what you do when the other team is able to score more points than you, which they proved they could the first time. You keep the ball. You play keep away. And North is doing a good job of that. I mean, look, it's a good coaching staff. They are going to have their kids in position to succeed. The question is, can they make the plays? And so far, they have. They've played good football down the stretch.
Yeah. Well, they finished out with 3 wins.
Yep, which is what you want to do. You want to be playing your best football this time of year, and Nashua North is doing that.
Yeah, they started out with the 2 wins. We covered their opening game, and then they lost 4 in a row.
I saw them against Drake. Rainy night. Team they really didn't know. Game didn't count.
That's right.
They don't take a whole lot there, but North made some plays. They showed that they're a good team that can make plays when they need to make them in all kinds of conditions against all kinds of opponents.
And that was moved to Thursday night, wasn't it?
Yes, it
was. For the soccer playoffs?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, here we go. 3rd down and 7. Ball's on the 39-yard line. 45 seconds remain on our second quarter clock. 7's on the scoreboard.
Let's see what Guertin does defensively. Let's see what
Going
North
in
does.
motion
They're
is
going to run.
Belio.
Nobody there.
Wow.
Nobody there.
Just
Boy,
what the doctor ordered. Uveris is fast.
Fooled them. They just got pantsed. They really did.
Well,
good call by North to get a first down. Not going to get you a touchdown unless you miss a couple tackles, but still, you keep the football.
So Belio was coming in motion.
And you went out of bounds where you stopped the clock. Yep, 39.5.
All right, here we go. Good job. They needed that. They get over to the 50-yard line at the Cardinal 49.
Now you put the ball in the air.
They still got...
Don't have to worry. You don't have to worry too much about anything. You've got free reign, and there you go.
And he's open.
And a nice defensive play.
Really good job down there far side.
I think it was Dolan on that play. I think it was 17, was it? Yes.
Yeah, it is Dolan, absolutely.
So what Dolan did on that play was he did something that a lot of defensive backs don't do. They don't look back. Dolan turned, looked back, and was able to play the ball. And when he does that, it's a free ball for both guys, and he made that play and knocked it down.
Well, he ran the route, and when they came down, Josh Sullivan went up for it, the basketball player. He came down and turned his wrist, and he's over there getting some repairs.
Ouch.
And, yeah, he's really in some pain far side. You can see the trainer working on him. That's if he's unable to go, that's an important.
Well, I'll tell you
loss.
Who's feeling that pain right now.
A certain coach
who's on the
runs the hardwood.
Who's on the sidelines?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's running that? Who got those kids to come out in the first place?
Well, I think after that stop right there, that brings up 3rd and 11. I think Coach Zabola is probably going to run this out.
They're going to run this out 15, 14 seconds.
Heck of an effort, though.
What a first half we have here at halftime at Stello Stadium.
Yeah. On paper, underdogs, and Coach Zabola this morning, I got with him, and he said they like being the underdogs. They got nothing to lose.
Oh, they love it.
And they
love
played
it.
for it.
They love it.
Okay, first quarter touchdown for BG. Second quarter touchdown for North. Tom King, that was a good first half.
Great first half. Everybody, the score at halftime. It is 7-7 in favor of nobody. We're tied here at Stello Stadium. Don't touch that remote. The second half will be coming up right after this.
My mom and dad were traditional Asian parents.
Now my father would go to work before I woke up in the morning, and then he would come home too tired to play with me. I tell my son, I love you every single day.
I love you.
Now my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. So I teased him the other day and I said, how come you never say that to me? And he said, you're too old now. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the material things, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious minute or moment.
Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
And welcome back, everybody, to halftime here at Stello Stadium. Tom King along with Rich McDonough. And Rich, it is just an amazing game. Now, let me read you these stats as we're 7-7 here at halftime with the teams just warming up on the field. North is ready to go. Guertin's still stretching. Okay, 12 of 19 for 151. 1 of 8 for 8. Which quarterback would you associate those with?
Well, you told me already.
Oh,
so.
no, which quarterback?
Generally I would associate it with Bowen on the first stat and then O'Connor on the second stat on the strength of a jailbreak type of brutal rush from BG.
Reverse it.
No.
Brady O'Connor, 12 of 19, 151. Nate Bowen, by my stats, 1 of 8. Where he gone?
And that was a touchdown.
Right. And they had just, that is why, if you look at the numbers, and a lot of other factors, but that is why you're 7-7 at halftime.
Absolutely.
All right, North is doing a good job of the coverage and everything else. Guertin running the football, but just not getting much else out of it.
Yeah, the great game plan and a really good offensive game plan from Nashua North. Getting that rock out of O'Connor's hands rapidly, but that set up those long passes that he had.
Yep.
And the misdirection runs. Bishop Guertin's going to have to do a little payback. I've no doubt that Coach Nalen had him in the locker room. They had a heart-to-heart. They'll make some adjustments, and they'll try to force some momentum. The good thing is they get the ball back to start, and here we go. 7-7 on the scoreboard. Rich McDonough, Tom King, fresh 12 on the clock. Here comes the boot, and here comes the run. That'll come courtesy of Jake Bowen, and he's got blocking out in front of him, Rocco Roy. He's fast, folks, and that's a good run. They needed that taken down by Harrison Joshi, but not before he ripped off a 33-yard return.
Yeah, 33-yard. He got it at the 12, brings it all the way out to the 45. Jake Bowen. Let's see if they use him a little bit more maybe in the passing game. Short passes over the middle, whatever, flips to the wide side. He could make some things happen for Guertin, but if you're Nashua North, you've got to love what they've done in the first half.
Absolutely, and without their star defensive guy, Krulikowski, this is impressive.
Right, this is really impressive. Bowen, I don't know, was he beyond the line? No, he wasn't, I don't think.
Yeah, I think feet were down. Dolan,
Yep.
I think it's Bowen to Bowen there. No,
it
it's Dolan.
was Bowen to Dolan,
Yeah.
and Dolan got out of bounds
Yeah.
at the 50. He
Yeah.
thought he had more room, but he stepped out.
Yeah, first foot was down,
Yep.
out. But yeah, I think Bowen just got that off at the line of scrimmage. All right, so I gave him 45-yard line on that kickoff. It was 44.
Yeah,
after
so
that,
lost a yard.
No, it was they marked it at the 44. I gave him the yard on
Right.
the kickoff return. All right, 44-yard line, 2nd and 10, 11:48 on the clock. First play took 12 seconds. There you go. You got to get Hudson Schmidt going. I was able to talk with the Schmidts, who are just right in front of us down below, and they said they hoped he would get going early and often. That's a good way to start. He's a good runner.
The wind wasn't there early in the game. It picked up during the game. So that's one of the things that Guertin is probably noticed. A nice 12-yard gain there by Schmidt, and let's see what North does to counter that.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line,
They use
inside pitch.
that trap.
That is a
inside
classic
trap.
Nalen look right there.
Yeah, it is. He loves that play, and if you got a back that can do it like he had last year in Holmes, you can really wreak havoc with that.
Yeah.
Who to use on that? That
I
was.
think it was Will Adams.
Yep.
All right, good job. That was a 6-yard gain on 1st and 10. Make it 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line. Oh, I think he lost the ball initially.
Nope. He recovered it.
Yep, it went right back to him,
Back
and then
to
he
him,
had
and he gets about 4 or 5 yards. He's close to a first down.
Well, it did juggle, and he reached out. You could see him reach and pull it back in. Then he had the presence of mind to just bull forward, and it's he's got a half a foot to go. So 3rd and a very short one. I think they're almost in a wishbone. Look at that.
They're gonna do that trap again.
And he's
gonna fake it, and he's got a wide open receiver.
Oh, that was a beautiful take.
Yes.
It's Will Adams.
He's gonna go.
He's got it.
He's got it. Yep.
All right, the
Touchdown.
freshman scores. Well, that's a good way to start, Tom King.
In my mind, I didn't say it to you. In my mind, I said, you know what? They're not going to run that trap again. North's seen it. They're going to fake it. And sure enough, they did. And they got Will Adams out in the flat, and he gets the touchdown. I should have said something to you.
First year player, I mean, Coach Nalen has said he plays with the IQ and the physicality of a senior. And we're seeing it right there. All right, and there's the Swiss Army knife player in Bowen, ready to put boot leather to leather. High snap, nice control. He drives through it and kicks it through, tack on one. And just like that, the quick strike cards strike quickly, and they make it 14-7 with 10:54 in our third quarter here. $1.06. That's all it took.
Man. That was...
I think Coach Nalen
That
must
was
have...
great play calling there, because you know what? They used that running game. I think the key run in that was Schmidt's 12-yard run.
Right.
You know, because that got them into North territory and opened things up, and North had to worry about it now.
Well, it also just reminds you of who you are. You get back into some identity offense, and then you set it up with those interior runs that got them into in around the 40, and that everybody was collapsing down from on the line, and that allowed Adams to just flare out of that backfield. And like you said, when we saw it, we knew he was gone. There was nothing but green.
Exactly.
All right, 14-7. Bowen's going to kick off from the 40-yard line, back deep, typically Dylan Noble.
But this is a big play. Guertin, the special teams in coverage, not very good this year, and they can't let North get outside. They don't.
Yeah,
but I think if Noble cut that, and that was him, if he cut it to the left, he had something. Boy, this wind is something else.
Yeah, he had a seal from Uveris, his running mate right there. But easier said than done. I made the point while you were down on the field, Tom, that I talked to Nalen this morning, and he said it's been better, but they still give up chunks on special teams. And this, though, is his 3rd season. It's the first season where they haven't yielded a kickoff return touchdown.
That's not bad. I remember some of the Tony Johnson teams had horrible special teams on coverage.
Say what you really feel, Tom.
Oh, it would drive him nuts.
All right, 1st and 10. All right, looks like BG came out with a little bit of fire in the belly from the halftime. They came out late and had a late warm-up, but they weren't talking a whole lot. They were just fired up.
Well, the thing is, you get fired up, you over-pursue sometimes, and that's
true.
something that BG's got to be careful of on 2nd down now in a long 9 from the 31. But I'll tell you what, though, that first half for Nashua North, that was a great coaching job done by the Titans on what they were doing.
Sure was. BG's got to stay on their keys, stay disciplined.
And see, look
and there
at
you
that,
go. Look at the keys.
Space, that's it. But he's there for the coverage. You cannot miss that tackle.
Yep.
You miss that tackle, it's a long game. You know, Tom Sawyer, the old London area coach, always said it. You know, all these special plays and passing. He said, look, it's the same game all the time. Blocking and tackling.
Well,
Blocking and tackling. That's what it comes down to.
Sam Fayad kept his hips square, stayed on his key, and he's a shorthanded tackler. But BG missed a bunch of tackles in that first half.
They did. 3rd and 7, 35.
9:30 on the
It's a long
clock.
7, too. Let's see.
Yeah, it is.
One man deep for BG, the safety.
41 is the line to gain. They drop
They
back.
blitz,
All right,
and they
yeah,
get
they dropped
O'Connor,
an
and they
interior
bring him in.
zone. I tell you what,
And
BG.
that's something that even though they sacked him twice, I'm sorry, Rich, even though they sacked him twice in the first half, that's something they need more for Guertin. And if you're North, catch them in a screen. Use a screen.
Well, they showed man in defensive backfield coverage, and then they went to zone, and that snuffed out everybody's routes,
yes,
and that
exactly.
led to, indecision. Really good defensive scheme after a terrific offensive scheme drive for BG.
Nalen always says the most important plays in a football game, the first 2 series of a half, either way.
Yeah.
And he's got that this time. He's got what he wants. You want a touchdown and you want to stop.
Look at that thing knuckle in the wind there, Tom.
Yep.
Rolls out of bounds at the 37-yard line. BG will set up shop from there. Now up 14-7.
This will be an interesting game.
Without a doubt, I think this is a key drive. Good defensive series, terrific start of the half. Keep going if you're Nalen, and let's see some more creative play calling like they did there. You're always setting up the next play. Well, Nalen was a state champ in high school football. Obviously, an excellent coach.
He was a quarterback, wasn't he?
He was a quarterback, yeah. So that was great for all quarterbacks.
Anytime I ask him, shouldn't the quarterback have done this? He goes, well, I was a quarterback. It was really tough to make that kind of decision in high school.
Well, he had my son, Mike McDonough, a couple years ago, and they
Taught
had a
him a
great
lot,
relationship. Right? Yeah. And Mike was a good mentor to Nate Bowen here when Nate was a freshman.
And that's great, yep.
So anyway.
That's Curran. That's the back that I think is he's the most evasive back that they've got.
Well, he's
Logan
averaging
Curran.
8.8 per carry.
Now he's below his average on that one. He only got 3 yards.
Yeah, but if he breaks a couple tackles, he's got merchant speed there. Okay, that was a 3-yard gain.
If North had Jack Krulikowski, it would have been Krulikowski meets Curran, and let's see who wins that battle.
I kind of know who wins that battle.
Yeah,
2nd and 7. Oh, that's a good misdirection right there to the aforementioned Logan Curran.
Yeah, the thing with that, right? The thing with that play, you can't botch the handoff. It's got to be precise. Otherwise, it's a fumble. The ball hits the carpet, and somebody else is going to get it.
Well, the nice thing is when you do that misdirection, and your interior line, they sealed topside and on the 2 gap right there.
Well,
obviously, Bishop Guertin is a human mountain.
They give him.
Bishop Kearns,
Bishop Kearns. They give him a first down. It's a great first name.
Yeah, that's a good. It sure is.
Yep.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. They've got plenty of momentum now. They're at the 47-yard line. 7:40 on the clock here in our 3rd quarter of this 12-5 matchup here in our tournament. There goes Kern yet again. There he is. Yep. That's his running style. You see him bull through that? I mean, he took on a defensive lineman and knocked him back.
But he's got the speed, too, to do it.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
He's got the speed. You give him a hole like that, which he has, you get him in space. Logan Curran is a guy in space you want.
But
if you're BG, if you're North, you got to really worry about it. And I think the Titans are going to call, we get an injury on the field. Yep.
But Raisin and Dino is a big kid, and he just blew right through him. I'll try to get a number. I actually brought binoculars because we're so far away from the field. That would be De La Cruz. I think that's the 2nd time he's been down this game.
Now, North, with Krulikowski being hurt, they lost another linebacker. They're down to their 3rd-string linebacker there.
And Colin Smith.
Yeah, and you wouldn't know it by the way he's played.
And he's another freshman. And Zabola said he's really admires how he stepped up.
All the old Nashua coaches who have passed on are rolling over beneath the ground right now when they hear freshmen playing on a Nashua team in a varsity playoff game. That's unheard of.
That'll get you going if you're those guys.
That's unheard of in the old days, believe me.
But we see some freshmen who are playing, like Coach Nalen said about Will Adams. They play at a top level coming in. His son is a freshman at the tackle position, and he's also a giant. All right, here we go. It looks like De La Cruz is going to be all right. And we're at 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of the Titans. BG driving yet again. They were tied at 7 in the half. BG took the lead on its first drive, aiming for pay dirt one more time. Crowd scene interior. There goes Adams again. Look at him moving the pile, Tom.
Well, I always, after watching this team in a lot of games this year, I've seen both teams. I mean, football hasn't changed, as I said with the Sawyer line. You key in football is running the football and stopping the run. And I think that goes all the way up to the NFL. With all the passing and everything else, if you can run the ball and stop the run, you're going to win a majority of your games.
Seems like a truism, but it's because it's true.
It is.
Oh, little high snap. Bowen, he's an athletic guy.
Not that athletic.
Yeah, right.
They can't overcome 3 drops.
That is the thing that kills momentum.
Yep, it sure does.
Well, here you do. You're in 4-down territory, though. You don't like that big loss after a great run by
See,
Adams.
What's the one thing they haven't done in this series? Just once. They've done it. Well, they did it once. Just put the ball in the air.
All right, back to the pistol.
Close to the win.
Back to the pistol. You got pairs on each side. 6:10 on the clock. 14 on the scoreboard. Now you're backed up for 3rd and 12 at the 40-yard line. Nice little shoulder fake right there. Thrown into trouble right there.
Yeah, really
he couldn't get air under it.
Well, the thing is you don't have many people out in the set. You don't have many people in the area to receive it. You've got one guy on that side. You had another receiver on the far side. You didn't have anybody in the middle, wide open. No one there for North.
You know, his completions all year. I mean, he was second in D1 in passing, and what I noticed all season long, and I've seen them several times. His ball placement has been masterful when he completes passes. Not today.
His ball placement's been good, but again, I tell you, he's had an interception problem this year.
Yeah, he had 12 TDs coming in.
They're not going to punt the football. I find that surprising here.
I said it was 4-down territory a couple minutes ago. And there's your ball placement.
Oh, he's got that extra move. Got him the first down. Where he caught the ball at the 29. He didn't have it. And Fayed spins, and he gets in there for the first down.
But all BG's receivers, they are awesome at reading where the pocket is. They settle into that pocket, and then Sam Fayed is a beast when he gets the ball and gets his hips turned.
That is an 18-yard pickup.
That's huge. All right,
Fayed
1st and 10.
Spins around, and he moves in. Wow.
First down at 10 on the 22-yard line. BG converts on 4th and 12. Picks up 18, and they put themselves back into almost the red zone.
They do, but they got to be careful. I mean, see, doesn't show run here. Let's see if the quarterback's going to run. No, he's going to be pass happy. He's going to throw it in.
You know
looking
what?
For Roy, he had to hurry because he was rushed.
Well, Roy, he was rushed, but Roy also stumbled on his cut.
There we go.
So he was behind the trajectory. I think had he not stumbled, he might have had a chance at 6.
He did. There was no one there.
Yeah, even with the stumble, he was 4 yards in front of his cover. All right, incomplete, stops at 5:22.
I wonder if they go back to that.
Yeah, I would.
I would too.
Roy's a terrific receiver.
Oh, now they go in tight. It's going to be the trap. Let's see if they run it. Let's see if they run it. It's going to be that off-tackle trap play.
Yeah, well, he turns his back to the line. There it is.
And they do, and they only get about 2 or 3 yards out of it.
I tell you, that was great lateral downline pursuit by Uveris.
Uveris is a good two-way player, but he is their MVP, I think. I really do.
Yeah.
I think he does so much for them.
Well, Coach Nalen this morning, when I got to talk to him, he said they've got to account for 0 at all times.
Yep.
All right, but they did pick up 2. That'll make it 3rd and 8 at the 20-yard line. They're at the red zone, but it doesn't feel like it, does it, Tom?
No, it doesn't. The key for Guertin is always first down. And that first down incompletion hurt him.
Nice
that
fake.
Was tipped.
Now you let your athletes do some.
That.
Bowen sheds one tackle, gets to the 10,
wow.
And all Bowen to Bowen right there. The freshman making some great yardage. And how did he stay on his feet, Tom?
His hand, strong wrist, his left hand down.
First down.
Look it, see? Left hand down.
He must do some skateboarding or breakdancing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not kidding. I know.
All right, well, that'll bring up.
See, for me, breakdancing is a whole new word. If I break dance, I break something.
Break something dancing. All right, it is 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. BG back where it feels like it belongs. Up 14-7, looking to add 6 more at the 4:15 mark here in the 3rd quarter. Winner gets to take on Nashua South Friday night right here at 7 o'clock.
A lot of room on that right side.
All right, opposite side run. Again, tracked down. And it's Uveris, I believe.
With the tackle.
Serious business. This guy sheds and scrapes blocks on the interior right there, and then he's a man on a mission when he gets his arms wrapped up around you. You're going down, period.
Got about
Looks like he got 2.
yards. Yep.
Yeah,
Second goal for the 6. This is 4-down territory, most likely for Guertin.
Bowen's a good kicker.
Yeah, that's true, he is. Yeah, that's
but I
true.
think they prefer
with the
7.
wind. That's I'm thinking of the wind.
That's true.
See
All right,
here.
3:30 on the clock.
It's good coverage on the angles for North. They've got that right side covered this time.
High snap again. I wonder what's going on there.
So Adams gets down about the 2.
Boy, at 5'11", 190, he is a tough guy in traffic.
3rd and goal from the 2.
Bringing up a 3rd down and goal from the 2.
Do you want to run the interior or do you want to run wide? You got all that room on the right side, maybe to give it to Curran to have him run wide. Curran, though, is slotted to the left, Rich McDonough.
Well, look, you got the beast man, Bishop Kearns, in tight. I'd run behind him. There we go. And there's your him and bowling ball, Adams, one more time.
Wow.
He has come to life here. Well, that was an authoritative drive.
Well, the second quarter, there you see Guertin. Look, Bishop Kearns is the big guy, one of the big guys up there, and
Yep.
Adams just runs right through it there. So if the second quarter was all Norse, the third quarter so far has been all BG.
Absolutely. And it's been the Will Adams show for much of it.
Well, let's see Bowen. I want to see this PAT. This is going to be interesting here.
Bowen gets it up down. Was it blocked? Yeah, no, it went up there. I lost it in the shadows there. Sorry,
Yep,
folks.
no, it went up there good.
Yeah, 21-7. Tack on 1. That was a good drive. And that 4th and long, the 4th and 12 conversion at the
Biggest play.
40-yard line, that was monster.
Yep, they've had 2 big plays on each drive that have gotten them some ability to not only move the football, but move it with the plays that they want, right? Move it with authority in terms of we think this is going to work, and it does, and that's going to work, and it does. That's what they want to do. And if you're North, you need to answer. Nashua North needs to answer here. They
sure
need
do.
points.
And I think it's got to be look for Dylan Noble.
They have touched
on
the
a
ball
run back.
other than a punt 3 plays in this quarter, and that is the way that Guertin can hold a team off.
There you go. All right, but you get 2 playmakers back in Uveris and Noble, speed guys. Might want to angle it away from him and create a kind of, not a 50-50 situation, but let it die
That's
a bit.
the way to kick
there
it,
you
line
go. That's
drive,
the
yeah.
way. Bobbled briefly at the 16-yard line by Noble. He's
Oh, he
fast.
missed the tackle.
He makes a man miss,
Yep.
and he gets up. I thought I saw a flag fly. We did.
Yes, you
right
did.
about
Right
the
at
27-yard line.
Yep, but that missed tackle, all it takes is 1 missed tackle on special teams. Dylan Noble, I've been typing up his name since his Pop Warner days.
There he goes. A block in the back by Nashua North at that 32-yard
That's
line.
a killer.
That brings back a...
That brings you, I mean, you're going to set up, I mean, they've had good field position most of this game starting,
Yeah.
you know, on these plays, and now they've got to go all the way back.
Tell you when...
If you're North, get it in the hands of your playmakers. And if you're Guertin, there's only one word defensively you need to worry about. Tackle, tackle, tackle. You cannot miss tackles against Nashua North. If you do that, they will make you pay.
Well, that negates a 25-yard plus return, and it brings the Titans all the way back to their own 17-yard line, facing an 83-yard field in front of them. 2:40 on the game clock here in our second, and down 14 now. All right, here comes that little inside screen. That's a good play right there.
Yep.
Throw it out there to Kobe Perry. He's a
Get
scat back.
Get a nice play to start that drive.
27, number 8, Kobe Perry on the run.
Yeah, they let the interior of that BG line come upfield. That created all kinds of room underneath.
And what did I say? That's what they needed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they needed a screen. Stop that pursuit.
Nicely designed play. All right, all 3 trips turn. That opens up the secondary. The BG Cardinals tracked down right there from behind by Matthew Goldstein.
Number 51, Matt Goldstein.
Looking a lot like his brother, Jackson Goldstein, who played the linebacker position for Bishop Guertin in the 23 season.
Gain of about 5 there.
Now pitching for Endicott College, which is a top program.
Yes, they are.
I just saw him. He's down in the stands. He's got it back to us right here.
Endicott has made frequent trips to the Division
He
III.
just gave us a fist pump. I just mentioned him.
Made frequent trips to the Division III World Series. Whoa,
Oh.
that's not good.
That's another momentum killer. A
That
penalty.
is not good.
Bad snap.
Yep.
Bad snap on the
Wow.
play. Third down.
1:30 coming up in our third quarter. BG seemingly has wrested control of this game. Plenty of football to play, but you got to play
North gets one
mistake-free
more
ball.
touchdown. They're back right back in it. That's what they need. One more score. If Guertin gets another score, then I would say that they are in complete control. But if North answers, that's the thing.
They won. Bishop Guertin won the first tilt regular season 51-27 in October. And that was in that 4-game losing streak for the Titans. But here we're winding down to 1 minute left. You got trips near side, single coverage top side. Little crisscross pattern. That'll open
Got
up the
him.
wing. Ooh,
off
and
his
right off the hands
hands.
of Noble.
I'll tell you what, though.
The fingertips from number 1.
North's receivers
Complete pass.
are open. There's Coach Nail. Oh, I wanted to see Coach Nail throw the ball.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah. I know.
He still looks like he could go.
Yeah, exactly.
Fourth down and
Big,
6
tall
for the
guy.
Titans.
Very good quarterbacks coach, of course. But that was just a little bit too far for the speedy Dylan Noble, off his hands, and boy, he looked exasperated when he watched that ball go
Yeah,
down in
you
the
know,
turf.
I don't blame him because he had the step, he had the ball, but I think if he would have caught it, it would have been out of bounds.
But it was a beautifully designed sail route right there. You have people at 3 levels. Pretty good rush right there. This is headed for
This is
Rocco
catchable.
Roy. Nice block on the backside by Bowen to spring him loose. That gets him a nice 11-yard return, and the
Well, I saw something that I very rarely see in high school football, Rich McDonough. Someone catch a punt.
well today nobody's catching punts because of that
Well,
wind.
Roy just did.
Yeah, well he's,
I've never, I mean, look, and nobody wants to catch punts anymore.
that's all we had last night. That was a crazy special teams game that South prevailed in. They had 4 blocked extra point attempts.
Wow.
Yeah, and that would have been Londonderry did, but they have that monster interior line. But Nashua South's kicker wasn't able to get it above helmet level very often on the extra points.
And we have a timeout. We
Yeah,
have a
we do.
timeout. I wonder who called it. Londonderry, I believe, called it. Or not Londonderry. See,
That would be
what
something.
you did to me
Boy,
here.
Jimmy Lauzon is still
He's
coaching.
still coaching. What'd you do to me here?
Oh my goodness.
Nashua North called timeout.
There we go. So they're at the 47-yard line of the Titans when they come back. They got it 1st and 10 after that nice return by Roy. Even better, I called it when it was happening. Jake Bowen, as a freshman, threw that beautiful block to spring him loose. Great job. And without blindsiding the guy. So this is
Well, the field is going to change now in another 43 seconds. Let's see how that changes what Guertin does offensively.
yeah, you're not looking into your QB won't be looking into the sun.
No.
But your receivers will. All right, trips top side, right side of Bowen. He's back in that pistol.
That was a
Got
quick
single
timeout.
coverage near star camera right here. There he goes, Hudson Schmidt.
Nice tackle. That was a like 20-yard saving tackle by Overis.
And they're going tempo. They want to do something
well,
now.
yeah, because they want to get something done before the quarter.
And look, that conveyor belt of running backs now that Nayland has starting to show up.
Well, they ran for 94 yards in the first half.
There's nice
wide open.
ball placement. And there's Fayad again. That combination is deadly when they figure that out. And you saw Fayad. He
Yep.
curled back
Spins.
to the ball.
Spins.
And then
He knows how to avoid the tackle as soon as he
he's
catches it.
Very shady. And we got
Yep.
a post-whistle flag just flew.
Ooh, I wonder what that's
And
on.
North, I'm reading their body language. They're pretty upset about it.
Flag on the play.
They had a rare call, an incidental face mask earlier in the game, and that was, I believe, on BG.
Was that personal foul?
It
Yeah.
wasn't even a personal foul. It was an incidental face mask,
Oh.
so it was only a 5-yarder.
I see.
The defensive call, that was very strange that they're, from what I was talking to an official on the sideline, he said they're trying to get away from that and let it go, because if it's an incidental face mask, it's not, no harm, no foul. You know what I mean? Literally no harm, no foul.
Well, it's quite the discussion.
Let's see what we got.
I mean, they got an all
They're
points.
moving back.
Yeah, it's going against North. "15-yard walk-off."
Well, they did not
Oh,
signal.
it was half the distance.
No signal from the ref. No sign. No. Come on. Let's go here. You got to tell us what it is.
You know, a few years ago, they had headsets and mics.
No, Jeff Kleiner has.
That's right.
He's the only one who has it. There's one other ref that might have it once in a while.
I think Jeff was doing all my son's
And
playoff
I tell you,
games.
if I was down there with Kleiner, I would have said, "Hey, what's going on here?" And I talked to Jeff, and I said, "Look, I'm not going to be critical. You know, officials, tough job, right? Tough job. But the one complaint that I have with officiating this year is game flow. They have not done a good job with game flow. There is too much talking over simple calls."
Yeah, I mean, that was a minute of discussion right there. And, you know, I coached lacrosse forever, same thing. It's a momentum robber.
Wow.
What do you got?
Campbell was upset today in high school football. They lost to Interlakes in the first round of the playoffs at home,
Holy
19-16.
Well, this is why we love the playoffs.
Wow.
Look, it was an 8-9 game last night, but what Winnicott did to Exeter.
Gentlemen, Campbell lost today 19-16 to Interlakes.
That's why we play the game. All right, well, we're going to set up shop with a fresh 12 minutes on the clock. Rich McDonough, Tom King here, bringing you all this NHIAA Division I football action from Nashua, New Hampshire at Stello Stadium, Mata Field in front of us. It was tied at 7 at halftime after BG scored in the first. North played well, scored in the second, but it's been all BG. Second half, diving pitch, goes down to the carpet, and Nashua North is saying they fell on it.
And they did. The fumble recovery,
There
that's
you
the
go.
one thing that'll change it.
You know what happened? The center stepped on Bowen's foot, and he fell down, and going to the turf, he still tried to make that pitch. Maybe not the best decision in the world, but that's one where Bowen's so athletic, he can make it, just couldn't get it done. But you could see his foot. When Bishop Kern steps on your foot, you're not going anywhere.
No, exactly. So they lose the football. North recovers it. Wow.
Well, that is just what the doctor ordered
No
if you're
kidding.
wearing white.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, look at an interesting
He's got some
crisscross. He reads downfield. Nice job. Did you see what he did? He waved his receiver to go to
Right.
the spot.
And so if you're the defender, you see it, and you've got to follow it. And a nice play by North.
Well, they crisscrossed, and that
Let's
messed
see,
up
who
the
is
coverage.
that to?
Could not see it in that glare right
we
there.
got it. It's number 2 caught that
Oh, yeah, so it's
football.
Sullivan. So he hurt himself
Yeah.
earlier. He's all right.
First down.
He does look like he's in a little bit of pain right now, though.
He does. He's a little slow.
He's a tough kid.
A little slow moving.
All right, 11:30 on the clock. 21-7 on the scoreboard, but after that turnover, Bishop Guertin playing D, and Nashua North feeling pretty good.
As soon as the rush came in, O'Connor with a nice move to get rid of it.
Yeah, he had to. Everybody was in man coverage and blanketed. And Jaden Ballio, as fast as he is, he could not shake loose. And we got another flag after the play was over. Well, it's going against the Titans because the coaches over there are exercised. Unless they are.
I don't know. A
unless they're-
lot of dead ball fouls this year have been on BG.
Unless we got a recount. I got the binocs out trying to read what they're saying there. Are they picking? They're picking it up.
Picking it up.
Yep. So Chad Zabolis lobbied over there. All right, so it remains second down and 10, 11:22 on the official timeout. We'll probably get a restart here. North down 14 after a turnover, looking to create and narrow that gap. And they're looking right into the bright sunshine. Here we got a fly pattern. Good coverage by Dolan. I think he's out of bounds.
Yep, out of bounds.
You know what? Alex Dolan, he is an IQ guy.
And he forced the play out of bounds.
In addition to being, he just funneled him toward the sidelines and out. And again, just like that last time,
turned around.
He ran the route.
He turned around. He ran the route with the receiver and turned around like he was going to be a receiver.
Absolutely.
But the receiver still caught the football.
Well, you got the basketball fellas all over the field
That's
right
just
now.
it, the jumpers.
But that's good recognition by an IQ player right there.
Well, I'll tell you, here we go. 3rd and 10 at the 33.
All right, 11:14 on the clock after it stops on the incompletion. 3rd down and 10 for the Titans. I don't know if we're necessarily in 2-down territory no matter what, but they've got a lot of work to do.
I think they might be. What do they have to lose?
Underdogs.
Up.
Good rush, good coverage.
You know what? I think he got hit before the ball got there, but they let it go.
Well, if we can get a replay, that was Sam
Yeah,
Fayyad,
I'd like to
who's an
see that
aggressive
again
player.
if I could, Pete Johnson, back in the studio, because that looked like it was.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
here we go. Let's see. What?
I think it was good
I think,
defense.
yeah, okay, maybe.
It's a bang-bang
Yeah,
play
it
right
is.
there. Key thing was he got his arm around.
And they're going to go for it.
Yep.
4th and 10 to 33. They have nothing to lose. They're the underdogs, the 12th seed.
Boy, I'm watching.
Nothing to lose here. They get a first down. They keep the game alive. They don't get it. You know, Guertin with a 2-touchdown lead has a chance to maybe add to it. And they're going to call time and talk it over.
It's a good timeout. BG's body language, I was watching them as they walked up to the 4th down scrimmage line. They are pumped, fired up, and they should be.
Well, Nashua North, they'll be fired up. They get that first down, let me tell you.
Oh, without a doubt. They've done it before.
Boy, I'll tell you, this has been a. So, Rich McDonough, let me give you a little. Let's ask Rich McDonough the question of the day. Are you going to the soccer game tonight?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
As soon as the hesitation. Yep.
I don't think so. If it were here, yes.
Yep.
And I covered a lot of soccer, including the quarterfinals, and then we did the doubleheader. BG, was it North or South? South. No, it was North. Excuse me.
Yeah,
a couple
you and
weeks
I.
ago.
Yeah, and then I did South with John.
Remember the
Collins.
crazy crossbar?
Yes.
Shot
Yep.
BG. BG couldn't buy itself a goal, the boys' game, and then the roof caved in.
It'll be a big game. We will have that for you, everybody, on tape delay.
Oh, so you covering it?
I will be there tonight, but we will produce it. We will get it for you on tape delay, and Pete Johnson will tell me when it's going to be aired so we can tweet it out.
I may have to drive up. I'm a BG
Well,
parent. I still got a lot of friends.
It's the biggest soccer game
All
right now of the decade.
Speaking of biggest thing, this is the biggest fourth down of the game. That's going to be wide.
Oh, and see, any flag he slipped.
No, he stumbled. That was Burris stumbling, and he couldn't get to his route, much like Rocco Roy couldn't get to his route on his stumble.
So the fumble does not hurt Guertin, and except to set them back maybe 20 yards, and they'll take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. There's the see the pass.
Boy, this is a tough.
Doesn't roll out. Nobody there. Stumble on the receiving end, but I don't think anybody was going to get there anyway.
It was decent coverage.
Yeah, it was. They blocked it off.
Well, that's a tough place to turn it over on downs. BG with about its shortest field of the day. 33-yard line and counting. 11:04 on the clock.
What they need to do now, the clock. You said it. Oh, they're going to throw. I wouldn't throw.
They're just trying to put this one in. Rocco Roy will win that one.
Oh, he will. You're right. You called it, Rich. He does win those.
Yep. He
does. Well,
he had defenders' backs.
See, I wouldn't have thrown there because I want the clock to move out. If you're Guertin, if you're North, and they want to throw, great. The clock will stop on an incompletion. But Rocco Roy makes the play. Look at him go up there and grab it.
Yep. Yeah, I could see him ready to win that. He's center fielder right there. But I think it's Nayland wanting to pull the dagger out.
1st and goal to 6.
Look at this.
Oh, wow. This is all too fancy for me. You got 4 guys in the
backfield. Look like a
backfield.
move in the Replacements movie.
4 guys in the backfield. It's a wildcat. It goes
direct
to
snap.
Current. To Current, I believe, right?
It's either Curran or Bowen. Oh, no. Yeah, it was low. Good eyes, Tom King.
No, that's
More like
rarity.
Tom Cat.
It's rarity.
Yep, he gains a couple yards, moves it. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line as we wind down toward the 10-minute mark. And guess who just came in? The bowling ball, Will Adams.
Let's see here.
That is one of the best lines in the state. Big, strong, fierce. Left side are the Giants, right side are the mobile big guys. They go left side to the Giants. There goes Curran. Pay dirt.
It was Adams, I believe.
Yeah, what? I said Curran. Yeah, excuse
it was
me.
Adams, yep.
Yeah, it was Adams, the bowling ball.
2-yard run for Adams, and now it's 27-7.
Quick strike. I mean, that took them less than a minute.
So if Adams is a bowling ball, I call Bishop Kearns a human grocery cart.
He certainly can gobble down the contents of a grocery cart. He is a big man.
Goodness, he is.
And I got to tell you, he was a freshman when my son Mike was the QB here at Bishop Guertin, and he said, "Dad, this guy, freshman, he's got all state written." But he said he's got all state written all over him.
Well, this is junior now, right?
Yeah.
Going for 2.
There's Fayad. He'll drag everybody
Probably
inside.
because of the wind. So they go for 2, and Fayad, that was a straight carry, I believe.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
And, we've talked about it. Fayad is a very tough guy to bring down. Hard runner. And, boy, Bishop Guertin has just seized control. Carpe diem in this second half coming out of that locker room. They were just ready to go. And that's the way Coach Nalen wanted to start this game. It took a while, but they are finally on mission, Tom King. Well, that makes it 29-7 at the 9:59 mark. Plenty of football left to go, but the momentum is all Bishop Guertin right now. Again, winner of this game has a date with Nashua South Friday night right here at 7 o'clock. That is a great rematch. Hudson Schmidt told me this morning that they really are eager to get that rematch.
Yeah, well,
after
they were
the
so
collapse.
eager for that matchup that they were thinking about that, I think, rather than what they had
That's
to do
probably-
to win
that's
this
a
game.
good
I think
point.
that probably had a factor in it.
Sure.
Yep.
Teenage boys, man. I coached lacrosse for 20-plus years, 25 years almost, and it's teenage boys. They'll let their minds go, but, boy, when they focused in the
Well,
second
I know
half.
that because even at my age, I'm still a teenage boy. I haven't grown
Aren't
up.
we all?
I haven't grown up, Rich McDonough.
No, don't grow up. Don't grow up. All right, that's a big boot with a bit of a wind behind him. It drives Noble all the way back to the 4-yard line, and BG with a good job.
The kickoff coverage has been good here.
Yeah, there's Jackson Troy.
Second half. First half, not so much. Second half, yes.
In on attack over
Jackson
12.
Troy in there along with his
And now if
Pete
you're north,
Serrato.
and now if you're north, you really can't afford to run the ball. You're going to have to put it in the air a lot because you're down. You can't take up. You're down that much. You can't suck up clock. 9:54 to play in the game, as you see on the screen. 29-7.
Well,
BG in the green and yellow uniforms, north in the white, with Carolina blue numbers that we can't read.
All right, well, they've gone away from those little bubble screens that were so successful setting up in the first half. And right there it is, right there.
Yep.
And this time, BG is prepared. They were up in press coverage, which is something I said they got to do this.
Well, the thing is with your north, right?
Stop Sam Fayette.
With
Poked off
north,
number 29.
you're going to be literally living on the edge. And what I mean by that is sideline to sideline, because you need to get out of bounds and stop the clock after catches. So they're going to try to work those sidelines.
And consequently, Bishop Guertin was all over it, trying to wrestle him down immediately and bring him to green instead of out of bounds. All right, you got receivers at 3 levels. Great coverage. That was a coverage sack, but a sack nonetheless.
Number 0, Aaron Chimalecki.
And that looked like it was Chimalecki got him. Chimmy round 2. His brother was a terrific player here, and all 3 levels were covered by the DBs for Bishop Guertin, and there was nobody to throw to. They were suffocated near
Nobody to
side.
throw to, but really O'Connor didn't have a whole lot of time to try to even look. I don't think he had much time to look on that play. Let's see if we see it again. There you go.
He did take one look, and that was
one
it.
look, and that's it, and he couldn't get rid of it. But you know what? Here's the other problem. Guess where he's looking? He is
Into the
looking
sun.
directly into the sun, directly into it.
Yeah, and this is a slow Mo into the play here. That's a lot of time eaten up. But
he's in the end zone, going to go sideline. He's going to be out of bounds.
Whoa, is it an interception? Can't tell. It was Feliciano. Only question is, did he keep his feet in it? He's got it. Jonah Feliciano, and again, Tom King, you can see O'Connor having trouble with that
Seeing the ball. He couldn't see it. He just had to heave it towards the sideline. I thought it was going to go out of bounds. The wind kept it in. The wind kept it in bounds.
Yeah, it caught a thermal, some wind shear on the way in, but Feliciano, great job. He became the receiver and gauged that ball properly, kept his feet in bounds. Great job. Bishop Guertin, it's all Bishop Guertin in green and gold now.
This second half is really, everything has changed. Boy.
Well, they changed their own fortunes. They engineered this.
Got North back on their heels. The favorite puts the underdog back on its heels, and that way they're able to take care of business. If you're a Guertin fan, if you're a Titan fan, you take that first half and you say, what a first half we played. We just couldn't do it again.
And after leading the second half heroics, Nathan Bowen takes a seat, and Gavin Harnum is in at QB for Coach Nalen.
That's interesting. That's interesting they're doing that. It's a little early to do that, don't you think? 7:51 left.
Well, and they got all the reserves in. You got your still starters on the line.
Game. It's a playoff game. North hasn't switched their number 2s out.
Well, they got to catch up. I think it's a short field. So
you don't do it if you're North. No way. You want your guys in there.
Nice move by Harnum, finding a nice slot through traffic. Good blocking to seal that right side at the tackle gap. And Harnum's able to pick up a good chunk.
It's an interesting move by BG. You know?
It's a short field.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're up by 22.
You know what? It's a short field, so let your starters finish. No, I'm not going to second guess, Coach. Not nail it, but if I would let the starters finish it, but evidently he feels, you know what? We got this in check, and let's rest them for next week because they're going to have a long week with Nashua South.
Well, look, I'm a Commanders fan. What on earth was Jaden Daniels doing in the game down 30 points?
That's true.
And now he's out. So,
but you're only down 3 scores. You're down 3. You're up 3 scores.
Inside handoff, taking it in traffic right there is Isidorio. And he moves the pile and moves the chains in the process. Bulls his way all the way down to the 13-yard line as we are all the way down to 6:44. Moving those sticks. Another first down for the Cardinals. It's all BG.
That's enough for a BG Cardinal first down.
And Harnum comes in. He's getting the plays directly from Nalen. Young guy, he is a freshman.
Wow.
This is good for him.
Whoa,
this is good.
Brave. You get a freshman in the later stages of a playoff game that's not quite over yet with 6:28 to play. It is now. Now we get under 7 or 8 minutes, I guess.
Harnum looks center, looks left. That's a nice throw, but coming over in coverage underneath the route was Velasquez, and he got a left hand on that. Nice job right there. But still, that was a good-looking throw.
Curious move, but still, get these kids some experience, and let's see what happens.
I liked it when I was coaching. I liked having young guys. If we had a decent lead.
I would have wanted one more. I would have wanted one more.
One more drive?
One more score.
Yeah.
Then I would have done it.
All right, after that miss on first, it's 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Weird things can happen in a high school football game.
Oh, it's part of the fun. All right, Harnum gets set. He's in the pistol. He takes an initial road.
That's not going anywhere.
Big blitz right there, and nice sportsmanship. Uveres, he's a man and a half when he gets into upfield. Don't want to see number 0 coming at you, but he gave the young freshman a nice pat on the back. Good sportsmanship. 6 minutes even, 29-7 on the board. BG controlling its own tempo all second half long, looking to that rematch against Nashua South after they had a big lead, 24-8, I believe, and had the second half meltdown and a couple of turnovers, 28-24, looking up at the bottom end of an unfortunate game, and we got a timeout.
Yep, timeout.
Looks like Nalen wants to teach.
Well,
talk and teach.
It'll be the newest game of the year in football.
Sauhegan, no, they're D2. D2 Sauhegan won its game 47-20.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
Top ranked, and Mike Fiengo's a terrific quarterback.
Well, he sure is, but Radalunas.
Oh, what a player.
He's probably going to be the D2 player of the year.
I get to call my son Mike McDonough played for Chris Fiango in Pop Warner.
Oh, is the father a coach?
Yeah, he's a really good coach.
Yes, he is. I did a story on him. That's right. He told me about it.
And the thinking was that he was among the candidates for the BG job. Coach Nalen got the nod and done great work. But Chris Fiango, he's forgotten more football than we'll ever learn. But his son clearly learned the game. But Radalunas, Jason Roby and I called that final last year, and those are some seriously good players. All right, 5:38 on the clock. 3rd and 18 on the field, and 29-7 on the scoreboard for the Cardinals.
Well, they'll probably throw with the second unit.
High snap, nicely handled.
They
nice
do.
Pump fake, and a nice throw down the seam, finding the cutting receiver right there. Great look.
Nice catch by
Harnum.
Xavier Johnson.
Short of a first down
And we got the freshman team in there right now. So some of these
not
numbers
anymore,
aren't.
Not anymore. Now you get Bowen in to kick a field goal.
Yeah, but some of these numbers aren't even on the roster.
No kidding.
When we go to playoffs, and I was the lacrosse coach, but same principle. You bring up freshmen for your playoff roster. You add 5 or 6, and they have different uniforms frequently.
So this is going to be a 30-yard attempt.
High snap, nicely placed. And that's a nice boot right there.
It's
Splits the middle. Nice job all around. And good hands right there by Sam Fayad to react and get that thing down. And that'll bring us to 32-7. Might be safe to say warm up the old glow plugs on the diesel bus.
Well, North doesn't have to really go too far. They're home as well.
They can walk.
They can walk, right, exactly.
There's a path right there.
There is. I've taken it.
I've walked my dog many times there. It's real nice. But is this one beautiful day for football, Tom?
Yes, it
gorgeous.
is.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And tonight I'll have my umpteenth soccer game in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
190 minutes of combined soccer last night. Rich McDonough, 1 goal.
Who are you paired up with tonight?
I believe John Collins.
Hey, all right. I did the game with him here last night.
Yep.
The Golden Voice, John Collins.
Yes, you did the game last night here because I was in
Exeter.
Exeter,
right?
yes, exactly.
Right. Well, it's good thing we had an all hands on deck night. But hey, the kid, our intern, did a great job producing last night. Monroe. All right, big boot leather goes into it all the way down to the 6-yard line. Noble. Anyway, Noble returns that out. They set the ball down at the 27. So a 21-yard return for the fella wearing number 1. But that brings us to the 4:45 mark. And it's almost an impossible task, Tom.
Yeah, no, I think the final is done, but you wondered how that second half was going to go, and boy, it certainly went the other way, didn't it? In a hurry. I mean, in a hurry.
Well, they executed the first quarter game plan, which was get their running backs going.
Yeah.
Command the line of scrimmage
he always
and set
loves,
the tone.
He likes to get established the run right away.
Yeah, it just didn't happen. Credit North
No.
for taking their game away in that first half, but they just came out of that locker room
actually,
ready.
they had more running yards they had than throwing. They had eight passing yards, 94 rushing yards. Guertin did. So they were able to run the football. The problem was they couldn't throw the football. And that was the difference in the first half. Those stats, I mean, with O'Connor, what he threw for over 150 yards in the first half. Who would have thought that?
Yeah. All those bubble screens, nothing doing. They didn't have a whole lot of possession in the second half. Couple of turnovers have been very critical. Had that fumble, and then the interception that led to that last boot through the uprights.
See who we have out there. Is that Joshi at the taking the snaps, or is that another backup? It's Joshi.
Yep. New guy getting some action right there. It's Jake Holmesy.
Yep.
And on attack of Jordan Feliciano.
Business as usual for the Cardinals line, no matter who's in there. And everybody's getting a rest now after
hats
playing
off
big
to
game.
Nashua North, though, for some of the wins they pulled off this year. But what at Portsmouth, they were down and they rallied to win. That was a character builder right there. That gave them a big, big boost, snapping that losing streak. So,
All right, yeah, it looks
It
like yet
won't be-
another quarterback.
yep. Let's see who we got now.
No, it's Joshi.
No, it's
Excuse me.
Joshi. Yeah, I
No,
didn't
I saw
see-
Aiden Mullen look like
Yeah.
he was setting up behind center.
It
gonna
won't
go
be
Wildcat?
it won't be north-south. They will not have another north-south game. Somebody moved for Guertin. I think they jumped offside.
Yeah, it was Paveglio. He
Yeah.
jumped early.
It will not be a north-south football game, but it will be an all-city game, as we said.
On the defense.
BG against Nashua South, and this will be their fourth crack at South after losing in the regular season and playoffs last year and regular season this year. It was 24-8 at halftime in favor of Bishop Guertin, and then just exactly the same type of half that you see here that Guertin has enjoyed. They lamented the last time they played South because South came back and won that game 28-24. It was a great football game. It was the best football game I saw all year. And it was just fabulous. Actually, you get a lead on South, that they have you right where they want you because they came back on Pinkerton Academy in the last
Pinkerton,
regular
exactly.
season game. They were down 21-7.
Yeah.
Here we go now on that offsides penalty, and
Look at the pursuit.
oh man,
It's
jeez.
just a jailbreak
Yeah,
through
that's-
that. And leading still
Yeah.
in the game right there is Feliciano. I think he might
29
get
Paveglio.
arrested at this point, but that guy's got one gear, Jonah Feliciano.
Yeah, you still have some defensive starters in there. Now they're taking a couple out, putting some more back in. 2:33 to play.
44, Roman
Well, I just
And-
saw Wyndham took care of business over Concord today. They beat them 20-14, so they move on,
number 6.
and they'll end up playing Pinkerton at Pinkerton. That's the bottom of the bracket. This one, North versus BG, it is the Bedford bracket, which
Yes,
is a
that's
tall
the-
order.
That's the one thing that Nashua South did by beating Pinkerton was putting themselves in the Bedford bracket. But you know what? You want to beat a man, you got to beat the man, right? So that's the way it goes.
And
So-
I covered with Harry Kozlowski. I covered the BG game at Bedford. BG was in it,
Yeah, they were.
and
And
that was when
South-
Nayland was suspended.
South was in it for a while, but then Bedford got a hold of it, and now they're going to punt it. And I would imagine
Get
everybody
that
is
knuckling
going
ball.
to take a knee.
And you
Rich
get-
McDonough, I am going to head down on the field.
All right, my man Tom King.
So thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Pleasure working with you. This may be the last time we work together this fall. I'm sure we have a long winter ahead of us.
Okay, my man. We will do lots of basketball. I hope some hockey. And it's always fun, Tom King. Thanks to the TKpedia. Heading down for job number 9 of the week. I'll take you the rest of the way. It's only $1.39. BG is up 32-7. They have put 25 points on the board in this second half. It is decisive. They just seized control of the game, seized control of the motion, and now they're going into victory formation all the way. And Bowen's in there to take her home. So again, the winner, BG, will come right back here to Stello Stadium as the Nashua teams always do. 7 o'clock is the start time Friday night, November 14th. This stadium is going to be jam-packed and rocking. So I'll give you the update. So you got Bedford going up against the 8th seed Winnicott at Bedford Friday at 7. All the games are Friday at 7. Nashua South knows its opponent now with Bishop Guertin here in Stellos at 7. Manchester Memorial with a great season, got the 2 seed and a bye. They host Salem Friday at 7. And then that's McDonough Field, no relation. Pinkerton will be hosting the Wyndham Jaguars at the 6th seed versus 3. And that'll be up at PA Friday night as well. Great season. We're getting some awesome playoff football as we always do. The higher seeds have won and taken care of business. So it was 7-7 at the half. BG scored first in the first quarter. North evened it up in the second, played a great first half, and then the fire in the belly, the Cardinals came out of that locker room. They didn't have any words. They were not speaking down on the field. They just went right into business mode, all business mode, and just seized control of the game from the first whistle, drives, getting the turnovers, great defensive stand, and got their game. And they looked like they had their mojo back. They played BG football. That was their identity. So for everybody here making things happen, Executive Director back in the office, my buddy Pete Johnson, Tim O'Neill, Dylan Smith was here, Tom King, who's now down on the field taking care of business, and Dan Young making everything happen, solving problems all over the place. Never happens in a technical field. My name's Rich McDonough. I am so glad we got to do this game for you on a beautiful November day. BG, the victorious, they move on, play Nashua South Friday night at 7. We will see you down the road, everybody. Thanks for being with us.